Okay, guys, so meth is not a joke. It destroys people, it destroys their emotions, it destroys their body, it destroys their families, relationships, it destroys our society. These are the points that we were trying to make when we made this film. And I'm going to do a little bit of a director's commentary on it. And I also grew up on old horror movies. The cheesier ones I like the better. I was trying not to make this too comedic, as I like kind of the darker comedies and stuff, but I was trying to leave as much comedy out of it as possible. But with a lot of the films that I do make, I use a lot of comedy in scary situations, so it was tough for me to get away from that. But here comes the commentary, guys. I hope you enjoy. Alright, guys, so we'll get right into it. The first time I seen the original thing, I was thinking, how could I make this better or different, have a stronger message? So the first was the emotion. This is kind of like when you first start to see the effects. The girl in the beginning would be like your friend reaching out for help.
I'm on it. I'm on it too.
So this was a scene where it's making an irrational decision, and people make more irrational decisions, and that's kind of a thing that you should be aware of when you encounter people that may be on meth. And then this is a farmer. Granted, most farmers are pretty vigilant on their farms and aren't actually on meth. They're more or less watching for people in abandoned buildings and whatnot. This is like your businessman, could be a college kid studying for a test that, this is doing Adderall or something along those lines, which is just as bad. Failed businessman, yep. None of the people were on meth. This is like what happens. You steal from your family. You try to steal and break into cars to get your next fix. It's kind of sad, really. People, when they're on meth, they pick at their skin and they pull it out and they get these big divots, and they look nasty. So this was another point that we were making here. This is like the girls, they're like fighting over the meth pipe, and they're just like bad friends because of their drugs. And like in the background here, there's a little Easter egg, a Terror at Hobo Pass video, which these girls are in, but they're different characters, and you'll see this coming up here. So now we're into the real world where the people watched the ad campaign and they're reacting to it. And they think it's just stupid. So this is like the blasting that happened on like social media and that type of thing. I mean, it definitely caught people's attention. I thought maybe there was a way that we could explain it a little easier, and maybe turning it into a horror movie would be a stronger message to the kids if they happen to watch it, or if their parents let them watch it. We filmed this whole thing in one day. I edited it about a couple hours, and we thought about the idea for the whole week after the original message aired. So it was pretty strong time crunch on making it, but I just thought I'd let you know that it's our budget was a little bit less than the budget that the government paid. Alright, guys, so I am out of my natural habitat, which is the bathroom, where I film like almost all my scenes if I can. So just to clarify, the first like 2 minutes of the film are the parody, and the last little bit is the reaction to the parody. Shows a person, maybe not the same person, but it shows the stages of the downward slide, which can happen if you do drugs. So don't do drugs. There's people that I've known personally, and I've been around some people like that before, and it's not a good situation. But try to be aware in your neighborhoods. Like if you see a lot of cars coming and going and stuff, don't be afraid to call crime stoppers and take care of that mess. I've had to do it a few times. You know, and if your friend comes to you saying that they done meth or whatever, you know, try to get them away from it. Do what you can to keep their mind off of it. And if you have to help them to get help, then definitely do that.
I'm pretty sure this is a really exciting video.
Wait a few seconds after.
I'm on that. I'm on that.
We're doing this?
I'm sorry, I can't do it.